If you've been following along in the past several episodes, you know that we are making our way through Normandy in France. We've been to Gold Beach, we've also been to Omaha Beach, and today we're hitting a spot that I'm pretty excited about because I've never been here before. We are at Utah Beach. Right here before you go on to Utah Beach, they have a Higgins boat monument, which I think is quite appropriate because this was a pretty iconic craft that was used in almost all of the landings. So the technical name of it is an LCVP, which stands for Landing Craft Vehicle Personnel, but the nickname is a Higgins boat, after its designer and manufacturer, Andrew Jackson Higgins. So I'll go up here. This could hold about 36 men, had 2 Browning machine guns mounted on it, and would have 4 personnel manning the craft. So all total, you could get about 40 guys on this thing. These were made in New Orleans, which is why the World War II Museum is in New Orleans today. So this is the view that a lot of guys would have had going out. Ramp would have dropped, and then out on the beach. And then out here they have an example of some of the beach obstacles. These little tetrahedron things were called hedgehogs. They were used to try and keep armor from getting onto the beach. So on June 6th, 1944, on the far western end of the Normandy landing beaches, the U.S. 4th Infantry Division was tasked with taking this beach right here, Utah Beach. Wow. I've been to Omaha Beach, I've been to Gold Beach, but I've never been to Utah. Man, oh man. So right now, I'm more towards the eastern part of Utah Beach. To the best of my understanding, the main force was supposed to land more to the west, and of course, like so many others on D-Day, ended up landing off course. And one of my favorite men from World War II is Teddy Roosevelt Jr., who's the son of my favorite president, Teddy Roosevelt. And he was in command here on D-Day. Strolled up onto the beach on a cane, and somebody mentioned to him that they had landed in the wrong spot, and he said, okay, well, we'll start the war here. Unfortunately, he ended up dying a short time later of a heart attack, was awarded the Medal of Honor, and is buried at the American Cemetery up in Colleyville. We're going to be going there later on today. But man, to walk the same ground that these men walked, something else. So this is a monument to the 4th Infantry Division that first landed here on D-Day. It's right here in front of the museum. Now, we're not going into the museum today, just because of lack of time, really. And we're here kind of early, but anyway, yeah, there's a monument to the 4th Infantry. So this is just in front of the museum, and the only reason I'm recording this is because I don't know what it is. So this is just so I can look it up later. But it has the date inscribed on it, October 30th, 1942. It looks like some sort of lookout post or something, maybe? It's got this little slit right here that you can look through. I don't know. We'll figure it out later. This is probably a couple hundred yards off of the beach. Looks like another 50mm mortar to Brook. Either that or it could be one for an MG42. I'm actually not positive on this one. And they've made it easy to get down here, so we might as well take a look. Oh, just bumped my head. All right. And there you go. A little bright there. I'm holding the camera at eye level right now, so my head is barely poking up above this. So this is kind of what you could expect the view of a German soldier to be. So I'm probably about 5'10" or 5'11", somewhere in there, and you can see what somebody my height would look like in one of these Tobruks. So they're designed to where the person at the mortar or the machine gun is going to be almost completely protected. So I've just got my head up here above the surface where I can see. Like I said, this is probably a couple hundred yards off of the beach. So whoever was manning this mortar or this machine gun would have had this whole area covered right here. So here's a German bunker, probably 300 to 400 yards off the beach at Utah Beach, and unfortunately we're not going to be able to go to that one because it appears to be on private ground. So I mentioned a moment ago that the 4th Infantry Division was a little bit off course from where they were supposed to be. They were supposed to land about a mile or two from where they actually ended up. And it's probably better that they were off course. Had they landed at the exact spot that they were planned to land, well, they would have been dropping right here in front of Widerstand Nest 8, which includes this bunker and this bunker right back here. As it turned out, they landed in a zone that had a little bit weaker defenses. So we're gonna go take a look at some of these bunkers through here. So as I mentioned, this is about a mile down the road from the museum and the memorials, so I'm not sure if a whole lot of people even know about this. I wonder how many just pass it on by. And it looks like we can maybe go inside. So, of course, if we have an opportunity to go into a bunker, we're going to take it. Let me get my light here. All right, so this is inside Widerstand Nest 8. And it smells a little musty in here. Oops. Oh, I kind of wish my wife was in here right now. Wow. Something kind of interesting. Whenever they were making these bunkers, they used wood to create the forms, and you can still see the wood grain in the concrete. And this right here, of course, is where they would have had a machine gunner or something like that posted to guard the back entrance. Go back here. All right, we're going to go outside now. Okay, we're going to see what we got up here. And it looks like nothing. It's been walled off. All right, so that section that was just walled off, I'm now on top of the casemate, and yeah, this is what it would have went to. So it looks like a Tobruk that, I don't know, has been changed around or modified. I don't know what happened there. Here comes my beautiful wife. A lot of the camera work on this series has been done by her. She's done an awesome job. But she doesn't ever want to be on camera, so I'm sneaking this in. And I'm keeping it far back so that she doesn't get mad at me. And it looks like we might have another Tobruk up here. My guess is that this one would be for an MG42. Oh, and that's unfortunate. A lot of people have been throwing trash down in there. So a person manning a machine gun, you can just see the commanding view that they would have had of the beaches right here. Wow. Here's another structure of some kind. Confess that I really don't know what that is. There's another structure for a gun emplacement right here on the beach. Huh. Well, looking at this, it's obvious that it's better that the 4th Infantry Division had an error in the drop and ended up over here on the eastern side of the beach instead of over here in the west where they were actually planned to, because I think that they would have had a lot more casualties had they landed right here in this spot. But anyway, that was Utah Beach. Amazing place.